Hey, what's up? It's Adam Smith from the CommanderSmiths, and it's Proxy Time Live. I'm not sure how many people are actually on at this point, but right now, I spoiled that a little bit. We're working Teferi's Protection today. So another alt art with the X-Men alt art. So we're going to actually use Magneto. So I have these two images I'd like to use. There was a bunch of different ones I was going with, but I kind of wanted to get that Teferi, like the protection feel to this. So I think these are the two I concluded on. Discord liked this one because it does have that like protection feel to it. I personally like this one. I think I can mess with this a little bit. So I'm going to work on both of them as long as I have time here. So, one thing I forgot to do is get my music going. There we go. All right. I was like, it's a little quiet in here. All right, so let's just get started doing what we normally do. Just start stamping all this stuff, and we're going to bring it over. I will work with the Teferi's or the Magneto that the Discord liked the most. So I actually threw a bunch of images up there of Magneto. Now, I know we got Guy from Discord had mentioned that, and I thought it too, is Professor X would be a good one because it's like protecting and it's all that, but there really isn't that good of art out there to use Professor X. So Magneto had quite a bit more stuff to work with. So that is why I'm going with that. All right, so that's done there. We'll be fixing that when we do the move here. Teferi's Protection, I have done this proxy before, just so there is a normal proxy of this one. I really dig that one, but lately, you know, we've been doing the X-Men alt art stuff and kind of continuing this for at least the next 2 weeks. So kind of coinciding with the podcast here. So copying this, and we're going to bring it to this one first. All right. So this image is a bit smaller than our other one that we'll be working with. So we want to get our edges right. And what do we want? I do want to keep the bottom in, I think, a little bit more than the top, or we can split the difference. So going to go right about there, I think. Yeah, I dig that. All right, now let's crop the image. And we're going to zoom in a little bit. Bring this down to about there. I think my edges are fine. I could increase the size of this maybe a little bit more, and I might do that after this. I think the size there, let's bring this down a little bit, because if I'm going to increase it, that'll also increase there. All right, so let's get this a little bigger. Just a tad. And also got to make sure to check everything, that I didn't miss any of the paste over. All right, we're good there. This one actually might be pretty dang fast because I don't know exactly all the stuff I want to bring to the foreground. I guess, let's see. Let's start looking through here. We could do Magneto, of course, coming to the foreground. And this is, so this is I don't know if this is the newer Magneto or what, but he has a different, it's like that white. And so it kind of fits with Teferi's Protection. So we're going to bring, obviously, this, probably all this bending of metal to the foreground. Got to decide if I want to keep Magneto to the foreground or to the background, but we're definitely doing this stuff first. So let's first things first. I do want to fix the back or some of that stuff. Get back here. There's so many awesome versions of Teferi's Protection at this time. Like regular cards, not even alt art stuff. I didn't like how that bent in a little bit there. Oh, also side note, if I have to all of a sudden abruptly leave, my son was not feeling good when he got home from school. He's just on his iPad in the other room. But if he all of a sudden doesn't feel good and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, crap, got to get out of here. It's to help him out. So, all right, we got to fix this top part here. So let's do this. Line that up. I think that's good there. Clean it. All right, that's good. deselect, moving up. So we got a little bit on the edge here. We're going to clean the bottom up too here. That's probably a good spot. That's a sweet line there. Deselect. All right. Clean up the curves. Yeah, I've been digging these X-Men alt arts. I don't know. I'm starting to really like these alt arts. I know I try to keep the images like the original, but we're getting so many different, like for example, like I just mentioned a little bit ago, there's so many different Teferi's protections now. And there's so many different alt arts with the secret layers and all that stuff that I'm almost becoming more fine with doing a lot more alt arts. And it does have a lot more interest. People like the alt art stuff. Personally, for my collection, I'll probably, again, here's another spell that comes in and goes out. So it's not like it sits on the battlefield. I mentioned in previous weeks that when it's a spell that just pops in and pops out, it's not that big of a deal to have an alt art because they're really not looking at it for that long. All right, so I think we have our stuff clean. Maybe let's try to make things easy on ourselves. So let's see how much we can get with this highlighting. I got pretty good there. Nope, that didn't get good there. So I think I'm going to X-nay all that. Getting text messages. Oh, that's from a partner, Lowry. All right, so we're going to start getting all this cleaned up here because this is what we're bringing to the foreground. So yeah, this will give that feel that Magneto is pulling all this in. Zoom out just so you can kind of get a sense of it. So we're going to get this piece there, this whole piece, this, and this is the first thing we'll do, and we'll just kind of judge it from there. Thought it was going to be a fast one, but I think this will make it go longer. And I think I'll get rid of that. I don't like how, whoops, come back in. I kind of got out of the lines. My coloring was not up to par right there. That's my perfectionist part. So Control Z. All right, let's try that again. Get rid of that. Get a little piece there. Just a little bit. See, what I'm trying to do is get rid of the commander symbol there, the set symbol. So that's actually kind of the reason why I got rid of it in the first place. Got a little bit there. Let's shrink this up even more to get a little more detailed. All right. I'm not going to grab this chunk. I'm going to assume that's the debris in the background, all this other stuff there. But I do want this big metal chunk here. It'd be a lot easier if I could highlight that. Let's see if we can. Okay. Doing good so far. It'll just make everything a lot easier if we can do it that way. No! Damn it. Well, hang on. That's what we're going to do. Let's do what we have highlighted. Let's get it. So we know we have that stuff done. Okay. Then let's keep adding to it. Oh, now you do it. You just got to click a different spot and then it works. All right. So now that'll make this a lot easier. Boom. All right. So we're going to deselect and like clean up the bottom. Just want to see how this whole thing kind of comes together. This actually might work with the highlighting too, but it's just such a little part that I'm fine just freehanding it right now. Okay. Zoom out. Check it out. Bring this up to about the 70 mark. Okay, that looks pretty dope. All right, so we're going to get this one, and that one is all that is left. See if we can do what it's going to allow us to do. That's good. Good. I'll mess with that part there. But everything else works. Perfect. All right, so let's make it a lot faster. Hit this one up first. I've been using the same, well, it's a free mix thing from, what is it, Streamlabs? Alpha Gaming guy does that. He's kind of his business at this moment, but it's music that streamers can use. And so I've been using his for my music, and I'm hearing it so often that now I'm like, they're like actual songs to me. I'm not at the point of listening to it in my car, but I can see that get in there. But I am starting to like sing along with the songs, not sing because there's no like words really, besides this guy making awesome vibe song or words, but there's no actual like words. Roads. All right. I think we are good there. Okay, so now what I got to decide here. Magneto to the front or to the back? Because I feel like I have enough here. I'm going to probably grab this piece there also. But then you give that dimension of Magneto being at the back. So I almost think I'm just going to keep all this stuff there and have Magneto. I'll have it the see-through part. So let's just get that top part really quick. Highlight. And stamp it. All right, that was pretty quick. Deselect. That looks pretty sweet. All right, I like it, I like it, I like it. Yep, I'm trying to decide where I want to have. I want you to be able to see his feet through, so we're going to have it like that. But I think that's really good. Obviously, this is the prime spot for the card logo. Let's get that in there. This will be an easy one there. Nope, not that one. That's our next one. Shrink it up. Zoom in. Just fit it nice and snug in there. So the arrows you can use to move just a tad, and so if I might make it just a little bit bigger. There. So we're covering all that. Now I just want to center it. That's pretty good. All right. And I don't think, because if I bring this down, you're going to start seeing the X through. No, actually you do. Okay, so I think it's fine there. Bringing it down just a tad. That looks good. Zoom out, you can still see it. Perfect. All right. Teferi's protection, number 1 in the books. Let's go to number 2. Hey, number 2. This will be easier because I don't have to do that highlight stuff. Now, this one I had a little bit of an idea of what. Damn. Didn't position itself the way I wanted to. My idea originally was using this hand to make it really feel like foreground hand Magneto to the background. So the only way really I can do that is if I shrink this down a bit and then reposition where I'm going to put this box. I just don't know if that's what I want to do, because then getting it there, that's just weird. Magneto's really, why would I get, I'm getting his crotch in part of this, or I go higher with it, which that can work. have his hand come more through right there. That might work. Let me shrink it up a little bit more. Because you got to make sure that we have enough room on the top for when you actually make the proxy. And I want his whole hand in there so we can have that. Maybe just a little bit more. Because then if I cut this, it's going to cut down here. You'll see this fist there. The hand is really the only thing I'm going to have come to the foreground. So I might shift it like this. If I got it a little bit lower, you know what? This will make it easier. Let's see through it right now. Okay, so we get the hand coming through there. So we'll bring this to the foreground. And then Magneto's helmet, I would like to have that kind of come through a little bit there too. And I don't really want the fist to come through, as we're keeping that to the background. Oh, no, I won't use Magneto's helmet because I'm trying to give that feel of him this in front and this behind, maybe. I think right about there. I think that's good. All right, so let's crop it up. All right, so we're going right about there. Okay, so you can still see his fist. Good, good, good. Gonna probably widen this out a little bit. Okay. Everything looks even, pretty even. All right, yeah, I like doing it that way. That looks pretty sweet. All right, so let's get our background. We got to clean stuff up, but we got to stamp that, get back to this. We're not doing a lot of editing there, so let's clean up. There's not going to be a lot of foreground stuff. It's really just going to be his hand. So we want to do quite a bit of cleanup with this one before, because I don't know if we'll be coming back to it. So remember, we got to get that top again. There. Get that clean. And what else? We got the top up here. We got to clean the bottom of that or the casting box there. There we go. Nice clean lines. And then we get the edges. Okay. Got it. All right. All right. See, not even much will be there. I may still bring them there, but I don't even think it's worth having that. So this is not going to leave. So let's do that first. So we're going to stamp here. Let's make this a little bigger. Just get rid of it. Okay. Now we go back and stamp again. And let's start bringing his hand forward. Yeah. I'm just trying to decide if I wanted to bring where it's kind of like this white highlighted part of it. Because that's like not his hand, but it's like whatever this vibe is going on there. I think I will keep all that to the foreground there too. We're just going to trace though to start off. All right, all right. Pinky there. Zoom out. Now let's bring our levels up just so we can kind of see how this is turning out. Okay, cool. This one might be a lot less work, but it looks really sweet. All right, compared to the other, both of them look pretty cool. All right. This will be really quick, actually. I was thinking this one would take a lot longer. There really wasn't a lot of space. So I could mess with this. Let's just test it out. Am I done with this hand here? Let me finish what I'm doing here. Stop going squirrel and going on to the next thing. Got to finish one thing and then move on to the next. Okay. And I don't, let me see here. Yeah, if I do all this down here, I might get away with, let me bring it up even more. Might get away with right here, but then you just have this floating, I'll show you. It'll look kind of weird. I just show what happens if I go all the way down where his hand is coming through. And it just kind of looks weird. It's like his hand is coming through the box compared to that. Let's try that again. Maybe if we get rid of the other side, because then it could kind of have that. I don't know if I like that. Zoom out to see if I can see it better. It just seems weird. So yes, yeah, the hand looks like then that's coming over the box. I might add a little bit more here. There we go. So get a little bit more of his hand there. And then moving over to the side here. Let's see what happens here. Okay. F is that fist going? Just looks like it's, where did that come from? I can't tell where I want to stop with that because, okay, so it kicks back here. So all this was pointless. All right, so that's a little too much. So if I'm gonna do it, I gotta go from about here and then over like that. Maybe that's what I do. So what do we got here? I'm not even sure what that is, but it's where his arm stops. This might be fine though, what we're doing right here. Okay, let's bring the levels back up again just to kind of see if, see, that just looks kind of funky. But does bring attention to that, but I just don't think that's something I want to have in there. I think I want his fist to kind of sit there. The one thing we could do is just the top of that. That actually might work. So we give a little bit, it's a teeny bit, but it is giving a little bit of dimension that this is coming around the text box and then his fist is in front of the text box. So it's kind of like gripping around it in a way. I like that. Okay, so then the last thing was, before we get to the logo, is let's zoom out first. Okay, so we get that his hand is in front, other hand is kind of wrapping around. What happens if we do just the top there? All right, it sounds like my son is talking to his friends on his iPad, so I think he's feeling fine now. He skipped swimming because he wasn't feeling good. Although I shouldn't say he's not. He has a little temperature, so he's all right. All right, so okay, we're having him coming to the front. That looks pretty cool. Just a little bit more there adding to that. Okay, so now card logo. Nice when you do the second image because everything's already highlighted, so I don't even have to do all that. All right, CommanderSmith logo. Whew, I could do. Whew. This could be dangerous if I try to do it now. See this bubble? How the little studs there? I could try to make this like that. Or I just have it there. The hard part is I haven't worked on that a lot. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get it down to like the size of a bubble here. We'll at least just test it here. So we're not even at a half hour yet, so that's not too bad. But what I could do is sphere eyes that. We are going to, it's highlighted, good. And it is distort. sphere it. All right, let's see what we do here. It isn't doing what I wanted to do. It does make it look more three-dimensional. The other part of it is we put that on there, and then we can start stretching images. So, this might work this way. Okay, so see how that's like that? Kind of want to see through a little bit so I can see where I'm putting this. I'm going to zoom in just a tad here. I'm going to match that bubble. And okay. Is that big enough? Go a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Okay, that fits that bubble there. So we're going to do a couple things here. Does that fit the way I want it? Maybe just a tad bigger. Okay, I just want to make sure that that's, yep. So we're going back, stamping. We already have our stamp set up. So we're just going to get rid of this. I think I went too much there. I got to see through a little bit more to be able to see where I want this to go. So I want where that shadow goes right there. Perfect. Okay. I want to clean this side up a little bit. There. There we go. There. All right, all right. Actually looking pretty sweet with that. Kind of glad I went with that. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult because I was going to try to stretch that around. But I don't know how. What is that doing down there? You see what it did on my text box there? Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, at least I know what I got to do there. Don't go into the text box. All right. Clean up the line. And that top part, oops, went a little too far. Just that little part there sticking out. Bottom part. Thanks, James. I just saw your comment. There hasn't been anybody on. I've been checking it now. I just you might have said it a little bit ago, but yeah, we haven't had comments. So I was sorry if I got a little late on that. Going too far there. Bring that level back up again. Okay, good. I was like, all of a sudden I looked over and I was like, oh, there's a comment. I've been checking every like 5 minutes or so, and I was like, it's just hard because you're focused here, and then you got the comments on the. I'm glad I at least have 2 screens because if I didn't have that, oh, good for me. But if I didn't have the 2 screens, I'd be kind of screwed there. All right, so that turned out good. So actually, James, I'll give you a look at the other one. So that's the first Magneto that I worked with, and then this is the last one. So he jumped on just now, and I'm just finishing up. So I think that's about it. I think that looks pretty good. I'm not sure about the levels. If I want 50, I just don't want to draw too much attention to that. So I don't want it being. That's probably good right there. So, all right. Well. Teferi's Protection, 2 of them, like we did last week, 2 Storm Cyclonic Rifts. Now we have 2 Teferi's Protections. I think they both turned out pretty nice. I like the metal coming through on this one and up here. It seemed like it was going to be a really easy one. It was actually pretty decently easy. This one actually ended up being the easiest because I didn't really do much more. But yeah, so, well, I'm glad that, so you've watched a few of those. I'm glad those have helped you out, James, because, yeah, it's fun. Once you start doing all these, it's it goes quick, you know, and then you start to learn stuff and mess with stuff and try different things. So I'm glad that those have helped you out quite a bit. So, all right, that should do it for this week. I'm Adam Smith from the CommanderSmiths. That was Teferi's production, Magneto. I'll be live next week. Not sure on the time. Just check out Twitter, or if you're on the Discord, check that out as well. I'll see you guys next week. See ya. Bye. Sega.